go there, bro?
All good.
Okay.
Handable.
You gonna pop your chair down?
I'm sticking with the camera. I'm sticking beside the camera. I'll ask my questions, stuff like that, but I'm just gonna stick by this and make sure nothing.
The face for radio.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You've heard my standard intro. You got the man who has a face for radio. Of course, he's prettier than I am. I won't ever tell him that.
Trying my best.
He's all about the beard maintenance.
Nobody touches the feet.
Nobody touches the feet.
Nobody touches. They will get kicked.
Or like
You
my
will
dad,
get
you have like a
directly
gargoyle
in the
toe.
face.
No.
My dad's got this one nail that's like curved up and in from like just all kinds of just bad taking care of his feet. Now when I was a kid, I'd be like, gargoyle toe. You look like Goliath from the Gargoyles, man. Horrible. What is up, wrestling fans? Your host of the most, George McKay in the building. I'm here with my cohort in crime, the man who has a face for radio, Steve the Animal Mitchell.
What's going on, Straight Talk Wrestling fans?
What's going on is this. We again have another exciting guest in the house today. Very excited to get this guy. We've crossed paths at Destiny events and stuff like that. But now you're mixed with another organization, which we'll get into a little bit in the show. Please welcome Joey Maximum to the show. How are you?
G'day guys, how you doing?
We're so fantastic, so excited to have you here. Thank you for taking the time out to come to the Straight Talk Studios, especially in this day and age with Canadian weather's up and down. 20 centimeters one week, plus 5 the next day.
Yeah, cheers for being here, my man.
Thanks
Cheers for coming out. So, moments in those times that stick out to you?
Absolutely, for me it would be Savage and Steamboat at WrestleMania 3 and those 29 2 counts.
Oh yes, yes. That was one heck of a back and forth. The business, you got your foot in the door. Ring announcer or not, you're definitely going to be helping out with some of the day-to-day stuff. Maybe even going to other shows, scouting out possible talent that you could cross-brand and bring over. So, I mean, as we know, Canadian Strong Style is a very well-kept secret here, but it's growing. And you got your talkers, and then you got your walkers.
Yep.
You got your guys or girls who are just fantastic on the mic, but when it comes to walking, they can't.
Right.
And then you have the guys that can walk better than anybody else. But when it comes to cutting a promo, they couldn't cut my steak in a restaurant to save their lives. And it's very rare you find those pieces. So I guess that leads to my next question being, and when you're looking at talent, you're looking to see who you see coming up that you want to kind of bring into your product, or from other products that you may want to bring in. You have to sometimes got to cut promos because you've got to set up the next event.
Yep.
You've got to set up the next chapter in that story.
Right.
When you're looking at things, do you look for the total package, or do you just look for somebody that's okay? You know, this guy's a great talker. Now I just got to get him to walk a little bit stronger. Or this guy's an amazing wrestler, but I got to work on his promo skills. Do you pick and choose that way, or do you really try to find that, like, blinders on, saying, okay, I got to find that whole package?
Nope. I'll do both. I mean, I'll keep an eye on. I'll see what I like, and I'll think, what can we develop with this guy? How can we work with this guy to make him something that we want?
The business very well. But were you surprised with that? Were you happy with those selections and the way they did it?
I would say yes, pleasantly surprised.
So if I had to right now, Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch, we know what's happening at WrestleMania. Seth Rollins has officially pissed Brock Lesnar. Who do you got? Who you take it?
I'm taking Seth, and I'm taking Becky.
I like Joe. I like Joe a lot.
Me too.
I'm also so it's wrestling 24/7.
23.5,
23.5.
yeah.
23.5/7. So 30 minutes goes to the missus. 30 minutes the missus gets your undivided attention. That's it.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
So, what do you like differently about the indie scene compared to the mainstream scene? What do you find? Do you find the love for one overtakes the other?
You know what? Yes. I would say I'm more of an indie fan than I am a WWE fan. I think probably because of the interactivity that you find at indie shows that you'd never see at WWE without spending a couple $100.
Tough. Maybe getting one or two matches in with a Destiny event or even a Blackcraft event. All those things are tailor-made, but again, those are more edgy.
Anything is possible, but at this point, we've got our own roster that we'd like to work with. One of the things you will see at CCW shows, a lot of the guys that we use, you won't see at other shows. You won't see at Destiny, you won't see at Smash, you won't see at in Barrie. So
everybody's kind of exclusive.
Not everybody, but
majority of them are exclusive to you. This is who I wrestle for on a full-time basis.
Right.
That's awesome. So you have that kind of built in. And were they excited when the purchase happened? That breath of fresh air?
A lot of them were. A lot of guys who Mike is not using yet are a little trepidatious, but...
How do you deal with that? That's actually a great question to segue into when you've got, like you said, Mike's got guys that he's using guys that he's pushing.
Yep.
But there's guys that he just hasn't found the right spot for
The
yet.
spot for him, exactly.
And frustration will set in. So how do you tone down that frustration and say, listen, right now is not your time, but your time will be there. You just have to be paid. How do you talk that wrestler off the ledge, if you will?
Well, I mean, best example. I don't want to name names, but
you don't have to. No names,
of
names.
Course, right?
Yes.
But one guy that Mike has been speaking with, he's assuring him rather that where we don't have a spot for you right now because of this, that, or the other thing. There's always room for you eventually down the line. Just got to work on something or other in your character.
So he's already told him, kind of given him notes on how to build the character in the right way. And what happens if you have somebody who, let's say, comes fresh out of training, fresh out of working with, they come to you and they say, listen, I love your product, I love what you guys are doing, I'd love to be a part of it. Mm-hmm. What's the audition process for that? Because we know with WWE, they got the Performance Center, the training and stuff like that. How do you guys select which up-and-coming talent you may want to bring in? Do you have them give you like a quick 5-minute match, like maybe a dark match before the show? Before the actual event starts, you have them say, okay, listen, we're going to give you 10 minutes, you're fighting this guy, show me what you can do.
I haven't gotten to that point yet, but what we do is we'll scout other promotions, like any shows that either Mike or I go to.
So it never turns off for you?
Nope.
So it's wrestling 24/7.
23.5/7, yeah.